Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. It's going to be a beautiful weekend this weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday as we go into iServe weekend, and we're all wearing our red t-shirts, and we not only celebrate the faithfulness of God, but we celebrate the faithfulness of all of the thousands of workers that make everything happen at COP. Thank you so much for being a part of all that God is doing among us. I want to take us back to Proverbs today for our devotional thought, to one of those little verses that nobody likes to talk about anymore. Sometimes people ask me, Pastor Summerall, what do you think the next great move of God will be? You know, I think something about sanctification. The church has gotten so swung into being a part of the world that I think the next move of God is going to swing us back away from this engaging the culture and learning more about engaging God. And like Jesus said, I've sanctified myself, separated myself for the will of God, separated or sanctified myself unto God to be God's own. I think there's going to be a not old weird holiness, but sanctification. Now here's a little thought about that. Proverbs 16, verse 6. Through love and faithfulness sin is atoned for. Through the fear of the Lord a man avoids evil. The world tells us today to see if we can walk the fence and see how close we can get to sin and not quite do it. But when a person fears God, and by fear there I'm not speaking about takot, I'm talking about respect, pagtugon. When you and I have a respect for God, we sanctify ourselves. We avoid evil. When I'm driving into the office in just a few minutes, I'll check my Was Up app and check the traffic routes going in today. And if I see there's an accident or something, I check my app and see if there's a way around the traffic jam. I don't want to just go and enjoy sitting in traffic for 3 hours because I didn't know how to avoid it. Now, brothers and sisters, there's an awful lot of sin out there in life that we can avoid. The Lord's Prayer teaches us, Lord, lead me, teach me, guide me. Lord, lead me in the paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Lord, I ask in Jesus' name that you'll deliver me from the evil one, that you'll guide me in righteous paths, that you'll lead me away from temptation. I mean, when you begin to study all the prayers in the Bible about avoidance of evil, it's a tremendous truth. God, would you show me a path away from temptation? Lead me not into temptation. Help me to avoid this thing, Lord. I challenge you today, in your devotions, begin to pray the Lord's Prayer. Begin to pray David's prayer. Begin to pray all these beautiful prayers. Lord, lead me not into temptation. Lord, guide me in paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Lord, lead me in a way so that I can avoid the pits and the traps of evil. I don't want to always be around it and pressured by lot and my righteous soul vexed. I want to avoid evil. And I challenge you today, if you've got a heart full of respect for God, avoid evil.